Good afternoon, Forex traders. I'm John Hoagland. Thanks for trusting me with your time, and welcome to ForEXpress. Something new here at Topstep. Let us know how you like it. As usual, we're going to start looking at the important data, economic data due out this week that may affect your Forex markets. Most of today's information already out. Just to recap, we had the British pound final manufacturing PMI, Canadian PMI, US PMI, and ISM manufacturing PMI. We had a 10:10 this morning in Central Time. The ECB President Lagarde spoke. 9:30 this evening in Central Time, we have the Australian dollar rate statement due out. Be careful of that. Tomorrow, Canadian and Australian GDP numbers due out at 7:30 a.m. for the Canadian, and that's Central Time. 6:30 p.m., of course, for the Australian dollar, and that's again in Central Time. We have on Wednesday, we have the annual budget release from Great Britain. That's a tentative time for that. But we also have in the U.S. 7:15 ADM non-farm employment change. That's on Wednesday. We also have 9 o'clock a.m. the ISM services PMI. 9:30 a.m. Central Time crude oil inventories due out. 10 a.m. the British pound member Tenreo. If I mispronounce that, sorry. They are speaking, and at 2:15 p.m. the New Zealand Governor Orr speaks. Thursday, all day we have the OPEC meeting. All markets will be watching that meeting, of course, and then at 11:05 a.m. Central Time, Fed Chairman Powell speaks. All U.S. information on Thursday. Friday, again, mostly U.S. information. 7:30, the unemployment numbers due out, and then of course 9 a.m. the Canadian IV PMI due out. So as far as important economic information due out, that's going to be pretty much it. Those are the most highly impactful numbers, so we'll keep an eye out for those. We're going to be checking out the Australian dollar and the British pound as far as a couple of the charts are concerned, a couple of things we find interesting on there. Again, this is new for Topstep, this ForExpress. Let us know what you think. Let us know what we can do better. Let us know what you need. We're always looking to improve. I'm going to jump into the charts now and see what we see. All right, here we go. So, Australian dollar daily chart, a little congestion area here. We've looked below it, we've looked above it, we're looking back into it. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points of contact. Well, 5 really along this line here, and the market seems to be coming back down to that level. Also, perhaps testing down to this 50 session moving average here on this daily chart. We had a pretty decent, almost a divergence here off this high in the stochastic to this high in the stochastic. We kept going higher and higher. We couldn't bring the stochastic higher, so a pretty good indication that the upward momentum was falling off to the upside. Looking now at the 4-minute or the 4-hour chart, I should say here. If you remember on the daily chart, we were looking at that trend line that was coming off and coming across just under where this little bottom is here. Well, this little low. Oh, I lost my charts. I don't know why this is happening. I'll have that up for us in a hot second here. So we have, not only do we have the trend line on the daily chart coming in across this, as well as the 50 session moving average, we've got 1, 2, 3 points of contact here. Seeing perhaps a little bit of a divergence in a change in momentum to the downside here. We're going to be looking possibly to look for opportunities to buy weakness as long as we hold this trend line. As far as the British pound is concerned on the daily chart, I've got a little bit of a fib up here just kind of going from the bottom of this swing to this swing high. The market has come back to the 50% level, not necessarily a fib, but that halfway back level does seem to be important in a lot of traders' minds, and that's why it tends to be supportive or resistance when we do return to it. So, looking at some potential falling off of downside momentum here. Not necessarily a divergence, but this looks like an interesting area, this 50% level here, just about where the market is trading now at 1.3917 and a half. Take a look now into the 4-hour chart. Seeing some decent momentum off this high in the stochastic here. The really market just kind of dragging along the bottom here in this 4-hour chart. It's going to be interesting to see if we continue to hold here or if we put in a new low, if we see a divergence in the stochastic here. I think we've got to be a little bit patient here in the British pound on this 4-hour chart to really see if this divergence starts to really come to fruition. So just a couple of ideas, a couple of thoughts. Hopefully this is going to be helpful for you. Again, this is new for Topstep, and we're looking forward to seeing how we can help. As always, give us some feedback. I'm sure that there's going to be lots of opportunities for us to discuss these markets in different situations. And hopefully, again, we're here to help. We want to see you succeed. Let us know how we can do better. Hopefully, you'll enjoy this ForEXpress explanation or presentation, whatever it is. I'll look forward to seeing you next week. Either Dan or I will be providing this information for you on a weekly basis. If it goes well, we can do more. Just want to throw it out there and see if you find this information useful. Again, feedback is always appreciated. Let us know what else you need. Have a great day. Trade well.